All right, well, let's get started. We're gonna try to make these processed pickles, and we're gonna try to do it as if this were the commercial environment, as if this were the actual commercial run. So we're gonna try to do things in order, and let's see how it goes. First things first, gotta wash these cucumbers, right? All right, so we're gonna wash these cucumbers, and then we're gonna let them soak in some ice cold water to make sure they're nice and firm, so we can get the best final crunchy product at the end. All right, we're gonna let these soak in some ice cold water for 20 or 30 minutes or so to make sure they're nice and firm. And while they're doing that, let's get started with some of the other things that we need to do. Obviously, I've already washed the jars, but we need to go ahead and sterilize them to make sure they're safe for use. We have our steamer here, so it's time to get started. So once that starts steaming, we should let them sit for at least 10 minutes to make sure they're sterilized. All right, we got the jars sterilizing, we've got the pickle soaking. Let's go ahead and get started with our brine to start getting that up to temperature. All right, let's get the stove going on that. See if we can bring that up to temperature, not that salt. All right, we can hear the water boiling, so it's starting to steam. So now we're gonna set the timer for 10 minutes. That should ensure that all of our jars are sterile. Now, while all that's going on, we can start getting our cucumbers ready. They've been soaking for a little while. They should be plenty cold, so we can go ahead and start preparing those. And if you're wondering, the reason that I cut the ends off of here is because the enzymes at the end of the cucumbers can cause the cucumbers to get softer as they pickle. So that's why we chop the ends off to get the enzymes out. All right, this should be enough for the dill spears. But we're also going to be using the mandolin slicer to make sandwich slices and some dill chips. We want to see how those turn out. All right, it's time to break out the mandolin slicer. Let's see how this works. I'm not sure how that worked. That seemed okay, huh? Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure how those came out. What do you think? They don't look so good, do they? This might be a bust before we even get started. Do these look better?
Yeah, much better.
Much better? Yeah, I'm not so sure how these are going to work out. I mean, you can already see that I don't have enough. I went through the same amount of cucumbers. Yeah, I had to throw one out, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. I don't know. So far, I'm not feeling this thing. I think it's just destroying the product. What do you think? Yeah. I don't think this is going to work. Maybe it's operator error. I mean, maybe I just need to get used to doing these, but I think I just ruined most of these, honestly. So we're gonna give it a shot, but I don't have high hopes right now. All right, it sounds like our bottles are sterilized. Whew. I guess I could use this. This is what I got them for, right? All right, so we're gonna let that cool off for a touch. And let's check on our brine to see how this is doing. All right, well, while that gets going, let's get back to cutting up these chips. Yeah, I'm not so sure how much I like this. We may just be focusing on the dill spears for a little while. This may not be worth it, because these look destroyed. All right, well, we may just have to focus on the dill spears. We're gonna give it a shot. I'm not real happy with the way that things came out through the mandolin slicer, but we're gonna put them through the process to see how they taste. Before we had problems with the dill chips because they just didn't take on the flavor. Maybe these ridges will make a difference. That's what we're gonna find out. But unless I can get this stuff corrected, it looks like we're gonna be scratching dill chips and sandwich slices. All right, well, while the brine gets up to temperature, we're gonna go ahead and start stuffing these bottles, stuffing these jars to make sure they're good to go. We're just gonna be doing our simple dill recipe. We kind of learned that this is our best brine mix, at least for now. I feel like the simple dill is the best way to go. We can produce what tastes like a good product. It's super simple, it's easy to reproduce, and everyone's gonna know where the product came from. There's no processing, it's all regular, normal ingredients, no chemicals, nothing like that. This is gonna be for our Brickell Pickle Simple Dill, and that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be dill, water, vinegar, salt, and cucumbers. Nothing more, nothing less, but at least you know what you're eating. Yeah, we're really gonna try to pack these in there, kind of alternate the spears, try to get as many as we can in there to make sure that the end user is getting the product that they deserve. All right, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of confidence in these sandwich slices, but we'll see. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to work on this. All right, so the grand finale. Ooh, looks like I made just enough brine. That's good. Ooh. All right, let's put these on. Ooh, these are still a little warm. Oh, guess what's gonna be hot? These jars. Oh, great. Ooh, these are hot. I need to get bigger gloves. Ooh. See what happens. The steam can. All right, let's give that 10 minutes and we'll see how it looks. All right, looks like it's had its time to process. Looks like I'm gonna need to invest in some good gloves. Well, that's all there is to it. Now we just need to let it cool off, develop the vacuum seal, and we'll have to come back and check on them in 2 weeks. It's been about 10 minutes, and it looks like this may have been a success. If you look at the first 2 jars there, you can see that the vacuum seal has already created. The third jar has not yet popped down yet, but if the first 2 are any indication, I would expect that third one to pop down any minute. And there it went. That's gonna wrap it up for this episode. Make sure you subscribe so you can follow us on our journey. We're gonna put a button right down there to make it easier for you. Don't forget to click the bell so you can get notified whenever we drop a new episode. We're going to put new episodes right over there. Like this video, comment on this video, because we want to hear from you. This is James from Brickell Pickle saying, see you on the next one.